Welcome, Africa. My name is Amma. I am a youth in Africa, and today I wanted to expound more on the first commandment, which is, Thou shalt worship no other God but me. Meaning, Thou shalt worship no other God but Him. There is only one true God. In 1835, the colonialists had an agreement that the only way that they could conquer us was to strip us away from our own cultures. The way that they did this is to weaken us spiritually, to weaken Africa spiritually and culturally, to weaken Africa spiritually and culturally. And this would lower our self-esteem by demonizing our cultures and showing us that our cultures and the way that we worship is wrong. During colonialism, we were introduced to many different cultures and traditions that stripped us away from our original tradition when we worshipped one true God. It rid us from our esteem and weakened us. It's changed our culture and our spirituality. It made us far from God, and it made us stray away further and further from who we were. And they conquered us this way. Now, I'm here today to encourage you with the word from Isaiah 44, verse 1 to 5. God Almighty is the only God. God Almighty says, Listen now, Israel, my servant, my chosen people, the descendants of Jacob. I am God Almighty, who created you. From the time you were born, I have helped you. Do not be afraid. You are my servant, my chosen people, whom I love. I will give water to the thirsty land and make streams flow on dry ground. I will pour out my spirit on your children. God Almighty is speaking to us, the youth. We know that God Almighty is speaking to us because he refers to the descendants of Jacob. The descendants of Jacob are us, because Jacob is the descendant of Abraham. I know this because God Almighty made a covenant with Abraham that we would circumcise our boys. This is a tradition that we have held in Africa that we have not found in any other continents. As I continue to verse 4, I will pour out my spirit on your children and my blessings on your descendants. They will thrive like well-watered grass, like willows by streams running of water. This is a great blessing that has been promised to us, the youth of Africa. We will thrive like watered grass. Isn't that beautiful? This is a blessing that has been promised to the descendants of Abraham, which is us. As I continue to the last verse, verse 5, one by one, people will say, I am God Almighty's. They will come to join the people of Israel. They each will mark the name of God Almighty on their arms. They will call themselves members of God's people. Just like I have done, I have marked on my arm that I am a member of God Almighty's people. On this band, it says, Hear, O Israel, God Almighty is our God. This way, the youth such as I will continue to proclaim ourselves as God Almighty's people, and we will continue to proclaim God Almighty as one. Looking further into the first commandment, which says that you shall worship no other God but Him, this is something that Africa has broken on and on and on, till today. This is what made us colonized, the introduction of the tradition that God Almighty could be multiple and we should still worship Him as multiple but as one, as the Spirit or as the Son or as different parts of Him separately, as multiple. This is wrong. God is only one, and He shall be worshipped as one, respected as one, and one whole directly, only to Him, not through any other means, not through any other person, not through any other God. but to him directly as one true God. So when we worship, we, the children of Abraham, worship directly. We do not worship through any other means or through any other person. We do not worship through any other name. We do not worship through any other means or through any other name. We only mention him alone in our worship. We only mention God the Father as one and as whole, who lives in heaven and created everything on the earth. I hope I have encouraged you to follow God Almighty in the right way, and encouraged you by showing you the blessings that he has promised to us, that he will bless us and pour into us his spirit, and we will flow abundantly like willows. He will bless us and we will thrive like watered grass or willows by the side of water. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to encourage you to follow God in the right way. God bless you, Africa. So it's time we break ourselves from this bondage and we arise as African youth. Arise, African youth. I'm here with you.